One more commandment for you today, and this one's found in verse 16 of Exodus chapter 20, and it's the 9th commandment. You shall not bear false witness. Now, I think a lot of this, much like stealing, I think it has several different applications, because you can think about thou shalt not steal from a strictly material point of view between you and individuals and businesses and churches and companies and things around you. But there's also a spiritual sense there. So I think this one too has a couple of levels. And so we want to think about those levels a little bit. I think first thing is it's speaking about in a legal sense, to do with the legal process. Because this is something really important to remember. The Mosaic law that you see beginning to form in Exodus, and that's also laid out in Leviticus, Numbers, and even in Deuteronomy, is interesting in that there was a moral code, there was a religious, or what I would call a ceremonial, of how they worshipped, how they sacrificed. So that was right there in the middle of that. And then there was also a civil or legal law code found within them. So the Mosaic law covered every piece that the Jews needed, the Israelites needed to form their nation. Now, for us in the New Testament, new Christians, we think about being on this side of the cross. We no longer are bound, in the book of Acts, and the epistles make this clear, we're no longer bound by the ceremonial, the religious law. We don't have to sacrifice, right? Because Jesus Christ is the final sacrifice. He covered once for all. And then we no longer go by the civil law. So they literally had a court system set up where we're still bound by the moral side only. So you don't testify falsely. So this could not only be, I think, legal. I think there's another side to this where we think about slander and creating false impressions, lying, putting forth people with wrong motives, trying to pin wrong motives on people. So I think not only this has a legal thing, but I think this also comes down and speaks to the necessity of how we conduct ourselves just in our everyday lives, and can the words we say be trusted? I will not speak falsely about those around me, right? We are to be truth tellers. Colossians 3:9 talks about this. Do not lie to one another, since you have put off the old man with his deeds. So we're not to lie to each other about anything, right? Honesty, truth telling is the way to go. So I think that just like the stealing, this one has some levels and different applications. And I hope you can grab onto these and see the depth and the necessity of this commandment. Talk to you later.